Hey everyone, good afternoon. Darrell Winninger here, Chief Meteorologist at Central Oregon Daily News, and we're about to do a deep dive into your most reliable forecast across the high desert today. We are still in an active weather pattern. We still have a chance of some sprinkles and flurries before the real clearing begins overnight, and there's still one more weak cold front that's rolling through the Pacific Northwest. And we do have bigger changes expected for the rest of this week and this weekend. So more sunshine and a warming trend will all set up. But as of right now, we still have this cloud cover. We have some showers off in the distance. You can actually see some of those from the Hinkle Butte camera, courtesy of the Oregon Hazards Lab. And going forward through the day today, we are expecting a little bit more of a chance of some precipitation. Now, currently, when it comes to air quality, we're doing pretty good, sitting in the green, if you will. And there's only one sensor, the one in Madras, that shows moderate air quality. Now, going forward, the gusty winds that we have been getting used to these last couple of days are going to be tapering off overnight as well. And as that happens, that calming is going to be setting up for much colder conditions with very little in the way of cloud cover. Now, a quick look at cameras across the rest of Central Oregon, and we see some shadows on the ground. We also see dry roads, and that is indicative of some in and out cloud cover. And we still have that low chance of a little bit of precipitation. The mountain passes have been getting wet, and that is not over just yet. So here's a look at several of the cameras from up at Hoodoo, and you can see a lot of that bare ground from the bowl all the way up to the summit. When we look at Bachelor, a little bit different, and we do still see some spots where has been a little bit of melting in a couple of these cameras, and earlier there were actually some puddles that you could see in the cameras, and that's because of the conditions we have up there. Now here through the next couple of hours, really this afternoon and evening, some mountain snow is expected, not much in the way of totals, nothing to really get excited about. Now winds are gusty, but they are going to be calming down overnight, and after that last weak cold front pushes through the high desert, we get to clearing, and tons of sunshine is expected Thursday. By Friday, some in and out clouds. That's going to be part of a very weak low pressure system that's not bringing any precipitation, just clouds coming and going. And so satellite and radar shows where that shower activity is coming in with that next cold front, and that next cold front is very weak. The mountains will absorb the majority of this incoming precipitation, and a little bit of mountain snow is expected, but when it comes to Central Oregon, a few flurries, a couple sprinkles possible, and all of this is part of a second cold front. It's what we refer to as a reinforcing cold front. The main front is well off to our east, and here over Central Oregon, we actually have a steep gradient when it comes to those isobars. The white lines that you see on the map there, those are isobars or equal lines of pressure, constant lines of pressure. When you get them stacked up really tight and next to each other, that's what we refer to as a steep gradient. And in those areas, that's where it's breezy, it's gusty. And currently, a lot of dry air is filling in over the Pacific Northwest. What does that mean for us? Well, it means that with this incoming cold front, we're not looking at much in the way of moisture. The mountains wring a lot of that moisture out, and then we get our clearing later tonight. And so when it comes to the water vapor imagery that we're checking out right now, the bulk of the moisture that's been set up to impact us through the last couple of days has already pushed through. Now, this is an atmospheric river that is wrapping up. It's passing us, but it was coming from the subtropical region. That's what pushed through last night. That's where we got a lot of that shower activity from, but it's pretty much wrapping up through the rest of this evening. Now, when it comes to relative humidity, we do not see too much in the way of moderate to high humidity conditions. So it is very dry. Meanwhile, high temperatures today, 50s with a few 60s out there. Actual temperatures are in the 50s and some 40s. That puts us running between 5 and 12 degrees cooler than just 24 hours ago. So it's much cooler. You can feel it when you walk outside. It's also a little damp just in the air. The relative humidity is a little moderate. Now, when it comes to tonight, temperatures are going to be falling back into the 20s with a few teens. By tomorrow, 50s are expected. Now, it's going to be brighter, calmer, and warming through the next couple of days. This is a different forecast model that we use. It really helps paint a picture of what surface temperatures are going to be doing. So through Thursday, that cooler air mass descends over the Pacific Northwest. It's already happened, and that stays in place for one more day. Now, highs will be in the 50s with a few 40s, but more sunshine and a light breeze. By Friday, a mixture of sunshine and clouds, pleasant temperatures, highs back into the 60s, firmly under that ridge of high pressure, and that high pressure sticks around even after a very weak low rolls through the region late Friday going into Saturday. Even Saturday, we're still looking at 60s with a few 70s possible. So going forward between now and Saturday at 11 p.m., a little bit of mountain snow, that's here in the next couple of hours, and then another system further out over the Pacific Ocean. That next system holds off until we get to the beginning of next week. That's when we start to see some showers from that. Between now and then, we're warming to the mid to upper 60s with some 70s before that next round of cooling. So our forecast model shows a few flurries tonight, back to clearing. Sunshine sticks with us Thursday. By Friday, a mixture of sunshine and clouds. By Saturday, still catch that mixture of sunshine and clouds. And this weekend, that's when temperatures are going to be peaking, but that's also when we start to see the signs of our next system. Those signs include more clouds this weekend, winds becoming breezy at times, and then some showers. So through Saturday and Sunday, we just have in and out clouds. This is a long-range forecast model known as the GFS. It's not as high resolution, but it helps paint the picture of what's going to happen. So through the rest of Sunday, more clouds are expected, wind speeds pick up, and it gets a little cooler. And then by the beginning of next week, showers are in the forecast with falling snow levels as we go through Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's get a little bit closer because late in the 7-day planner, there's a chance of a little bit of mountain snow and wintry mixing our lower elevations. By Wednesday, we get back to clearing. So between now and Friday at 11 p.m., a little bit of snow in the Cascades, not a lot, enough to make for some slick road conditions, and that's about it. And going forward past that, we are looking at a little bit more precipitation early next week. Mostly rain, a little bit of snow potential, just nothing to get excited about again. Now, wind gusts today have been running between 25 and 35 miles per hour. Strong winds, and they're sticking with it here through the next couple of hours. It's not until tonight that we really start to taper off. That tapering is going to be as a ridge of high pressure is building over the Pacific Northwest, setting us up for gorgeous conditions. Still cool through Thursday, but we have a light breeze. Starting out of the south, swinging around to the east and northeast, and then by Friday, still mostly a light breeze, could become breezy at times. We're talking about 5 to 15 miles per hour. By Saturday and Sunday, wind speeds pick up a little bit more. So for tonight, we're talking 20s with a few teens. By Thursday, 50s and a few 40s possible. More sunshine expected with only a couple of light clouds. By Friday, that's when we're back to in and out cover. But look at those temperatures, 60s, mid to upper 60s with a few 70s this weekend. Then the rain rolls in. By Monday night going into Tuesday, that's when we could have a little bit of mountain snow and temperatures dip back down considerably. Not only seasonable Monday and Tuesday, but below average by Tuesday and Wednesday. So when it comes to our weather headlines for this Wednesday, March 25th, colder and calming are expected tonight. More sunshine is on the way for Thursday, but it's still going to be cool. But a big warming trend sets up as we wrap up the work week and go into the weekend. So as of right now, a little bit of mountain snow, not even enough to slick up the roads just yet. More is expected this evening. That's the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. Well, the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast. We'll see you then.